I've been using the Loop Experience 2 earplugs for a couple of months now, and I will give you my honest review later in the video. But first, let's get straight into the unboxing. Let's check out what's inside. Ooh, thank you for becoming a looper. You are welcome. And as you can see, there is a QR code to scan for your lifetime warranty or instructions, but if you need instructions on how to use earplugs, you probably shouldn't be watching this video. And as you can see, they already come loaded with the medium-sized tips. However, I've got teeny tiny eardrums, so I'm going to be fitting mine with extra small. Cute. And I like they've got a little loop here so you can attach it to your keychain or around your neck or something if you want to be a little bit creative. Ooh, they look really pretty, like jewellery or something. And my reasoning behind going for rose gold is because, in theory, if I ever drop them at a venue and it's really, really dark and I've got to try and crawl around on the floor, these are going to be so much easier to try and find compared to a black pair. So I think that was a sensible choice. So yeah, these are the Loop earplugs. Now I've just got to test them out in a real life setting. I've used these for 4 gigs to date, ranging from stoner metal, black and speed metal, alternative, math rock and punk, and the bands have all been extremely awesome and, more importantly, fucking loud. The size of the venues have been between 150 and 1500, which I think were perfect sample bases to test these earplugs in, because you're relatively close to the stage and sound system, and without ear protection your ears generally get a battering. I've tried a bunch of different earplugs over the years, like those shitty little foam ones that always fall out and muffle the sound. I had been using some from Fender for a while, which were okay and relatively inexpensive, but they really stick out of your ears and they're quite uncomfortable when used for long periods of time, and I always found myself removing them because I never felt like I was truly immersed in the sound being projected on stage. So I decided to treat myself and buy these earplugs from Loop. I am not affiliated with them, I am not sponsored by them, therefore I can give you an honest opinion. I had been using their Dreams earplugs for sleeping since September of last year, and I adored them so much I thought I'd try these out and happily paid them 36 of my English pounds. They're a Belgian company founded in 2016, and nowadays they have partnerships with Coachella, Tomorrowland and McLaren F1 Racing. The Loop Experience 2 earplugs have been specifically designed for concerts, festivals, live entertainment and sporting events, and claim to reduce sound by 17 decibels, all whilst maintaining crisp audio clarity across high and low frequencies. Well, that's enough build up and history for you, so what do I think? I think they're bloody brilliant. With regards to how they fit and the comfort level, they are lovely. I honestly forget that I'm wearing them half the time, and there are 4 different tip sizes to choose from, so what I suggest you do is you try them all out in both ears and find your perfect fit. The first time I used them, I kept taking them in and out for comparison, and seriously, these are the first pair of earplugs I've used live where I don't feel like I'm missing out on the experience. They don't make the mix sound like I'm listening to a band with a pillow over my head. The bass and the mid frequencies sound great, there's lots of clarity, especially in the vocals, and weirdly, whenever I took them out, the vocals sounded less clear, but I suppose that kind of makes sense because vocals sit within that 2 to 5 kilohertz range on the frequency spectrum, so when you're cutting out all that high-end noise and hiss, it's going to make them cut through and give them more clarity. The bass and especially the kick drum have lots of energy and prominence, although you do miss out a little bit on the guitar solo clarity due to the high-end reduction, but simultaneously it's cutting out a lot of those annoying frequencies on the drum cymbal, so it's a bit of a trade-off in order to protect your hearing long term. I wouldn't necessarily wear these at huge open-air gigs, but for indoor concerts and especially smaller venues, or even tents and smaller stages at festivals where you're closer to the sound source and PA, these are excellent. I would definitely recommend these to any of you out there, and if you're like me and you go to a lot of gigs in all shapes and sizes, then they are an essential accessory to have attached to your keychain at all times. They are really easy to pop in, you just pull your ear back and gently insert them into your lug holes. And I think they look quite spacey, interesting and cool, but then again, I still wear t-shirts of 80s kids cartoons, so please don't listen to me for fashion advice. I hope this video has been insightful, and if you try them out for yourself, please let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. As always, thank you for watching. If you are still watching, kindly click the likey thing, and hopefully I'll see you very soon. Bye for now, people.